Good morning, everyone. So, Salesforce User Group Kolkata is welcome to the event first, and we have a event today with introduction to field service lightning. So, let me introduce the group leaders. Firstly, Tushar Sinha, that's me. I'm a Salesforce developer with 8x certified, and let me introduce the other group leaders. Anant. So, handing it over to Anant.
I think he's not here due to connection issues.
Okay, so I'll cover it up for him. So Anant is a Salesforce architect. He's a 8x Salesforce certified, and he is the co-leader with us. Going on, we have Ayan Chaudhary. So Ayan, you there?
Yeah, hi everyone. This is Tushar. So I'm Anant Chaudhary. So I have 6+ years of experience. So right now I have 6 certified in Salesforce development. I'm also a core member of the Salesforce Group Kolkata for this thing. So this is about two things.
Thank you, Ayan. So let me hand it over to the speakers today. We have two eminent speakers from the community, mainly Khyati Mehta and Stalin Mohapatra. They both are eminent personalities in their own aspects. So let me hand it over to Khyati to continue. Khyati, handing.
Thank you so much, Tushar. Thank you for uh, inviting me here. Uh, Let me just share my screen. I hope it's visible. Can you confirm, Tushar, is it visible?
Yeah, it's visible, Kathy. Please go on.
Okay. Thank you, Salesforce User Group, for inviting me here. I am super excited to share my knowledge on FSL with you. My name is Khyati Mehta. I am working as a Salesforce developer at Cognizant Technology Solutions. I am the group leader of Salesforce Women in Tech Group Kolkata. I am also a proud Salesforce marketing champion. I have led multiple initiatives in India. Hence I was featured on Salesforce blog for my outreach work. I'm a community speaker, a trailhead mentor. I also have my podcast named as Salesforce Orbits with Khyati, and a blog that I run with the name as All About Salesforce. I have also announced WIT Dreaming last week. So yeah, stay tuned for all the updates. Okay, so the agenda for today is we will be covering the details of how field service works, like what is field service lightning, when to use it, what are the field service players, the data model and the components of FSL guided setup, dispatcher console, field service mobile, and field service journey. So we are covering almost everything that you need to know for the starters of FSL. So, what is field service lightning? It connects field operations seamlessly to your business. It also intelligently schedule and optimize resources. It delivers a cutting edge offline first mobile experience, and it powers proactive service with the platform. Now, field service lightning, known as FSL, I think is now termed as field service only, is a Salesforce product that connects customers, workforce, or products on a single platform to deliver exceptional on site services. Now, it also provides a customer support team a chance to intelligently delegate work to field service technicians and monitor them constantly. It also enables them to handle customer records and data in the field from within Salesforce. Now, Field Service Lightning is an extension of Service Cloud that provides a comprehensive view of workforce management. Field Service Lighting gives us the ability to bring together the three important elements of a business who provide on field services, like customers, products, and workforce. Now, let me say it in a very normal language. Like, for example, a door company, um, it would be wise to dispatch the installation crew after the door hole has been cut and and the actual door has been delivered. To ensure that the job was completed to the customer standards, a service report requiring the customer signature approval would be a good idea. So this is where field service lightning plays an important role and would help this company to enhance customer experiences. So, in the world of field service, we have certain players. There are generally four players: administrators, agents, dispatchers, and mobile workers, or people who make service calls, also known as technicians. Administrators are the ones who integrates field service features and sets up user permissions as needed for your org. Agents, whereas are the ones who handle inbound cases. They are also the ones who create work orders and book appointments from the dispatcher console. Dispatchers build and manage appointments. They also assign mobile workers and optimize the schedule based on workers' skills, routing, and job priority. While technicians are the ones who receive these work orders that are being created by the agents or dispatchers, and they also update progress from mobile devices with the Salesforce mobile app or the field service mobile app. Now, each one, as I said, has a specific job to do to keep things up and running. A generic field service workflow starts with the Salesforce admin setting up field service according to the organization needs. Then the agents comes into the picture, creates work orders as customer service calls comes in. The dispatcher schedules appointments, optimizing them according to who has the right skills or who's the one who's carrying the right parts and is in the right location. The mobile resources, also known as mobile workers or technicians, complete the service appointments and close out the work orders. With administrator, it like setting up the field service features according to the unique business need is the prior job. This also includes installing the field service lightning managed package and field service lightning mobile app. And with agents, they take customer service calls and request field service appointments via the work orders, which also lists the skills and parts that are needed. The dispatcher then assigns and manages the service appointments. The dispatcher console included in the managed package help dispatchers schedule, optimize, and dispatch service appointments from one screen. The last one are the technicians. They manage their service appointments. Their tasks include closing work orders. They are the ones who go to the field service territories, and they are the ones who work on it and close these work orders after the work has been done. Parts they use and everything is provided in a form of a service report. So these are the players that plays an important part in the field service world. So this is the data model. We have few objects named as service territory appointment, operating hours, time slots, service resources, service territory members. So what happens is I will not go in the in a very formulated terms. Rather, I will try to explain it in a very easy way. So what happens is in the world of field service, usually if a person is working, he or she, like let's say a customer calls in, a customer has called in. Now agent will create a case. Now a customer will have a particular place wherein the field service work needs to be performed. So that place is known as service territory. Now the customer has called in and agent has booked an appointment, so that is called service appointment. Now we have a territory, we have an appointment. Now someone needs to go and work there, right? So that person is known as service resource. Now, particular territory might have a particular amount of time where the person, on what time the person needs to work. So that is known as operating hours. Operating hours are basically the time or you can say the time slots when the field service work can be performed for service territories or resources or customer accounts. Then we also have something called time sheets. These are the tools to track the time your field service employees are spending on tasks. There's something also called skills that are being assigned to service resources. Now, these skills are the required skills that you need to perform field tasks. Then the inventory, like we also have something called inventory, wherein we have product items, product requests. So product items, you can say the parts or services that can be requested or required, or transferred or consumed in the field service work, while product requests are the ones who where all the requests for a part is been stored. We also have service report templates. Now, these are the templates for customer facing reports summarizing the status of a service appointment and work orders. So, this is the generic data model with which field service Lightning works. So these are the components that you get when like these are the components of FSL, the core field service. So when you enable this field service in an organization, admins and agents can do a lot of things with it. They can set operating hours, they can set skill sets, and they can also set standard appointment requirements, which will be unique to your organization as per your business need. They can also enable Salesforce app to provide mobile access to your mobile workforce. They can also track inventory, as I said, and they can also track van stock. So your mobile workforce has what they need when they are at a customer site. So mobile workforce means the technicians that are working. They can also report and analyze field service data. They can also plan, perform, and track all the field service work. Now, there is something called Field Service Managed Package. Now, this is very helpful for the dispatchers. Now, when the managed package is installed, dispatchers can optimize the schedule according to your organization's scheduling policies. They get a bird's eye view of appointment lists. They get everything that they need in front of them in the dispatcher console. They can also integrate and maintain scheduling policies, which Stalin is going to cover all about policies, global actions, sharing tools, and optimization rules within the administrator app. There's something called Field Service Mobile, which is specifically for the mobile workers. So whenever a person is going, mobile workers as in service resources, the ones who are going to work on the field service territory, like the ones who are going to go and work work on a place, they will have the appointment schedule on their hand, which is on the field service mobile app. They can use Salesforce data to check on the work orders, reach contacts, and verify addresses. They can also create and edit records to log work and create follow-up appointments. They can use Chatter to collaborate with other mobile workers or managers or dispatchers. They can also track updates. They can also view knowledge articles, and they can also track inventory. So this is what we get as components of FSL. So this is one of the most fascinating or important part of FSL, and it's the best, I would say, because it helps a lot. It's easy. So this is called as guided setup. With field service lightning guided setup that has been released in spring 18, setting up everything in FSL is super easy. Now, this experience helps guiding you through the basic and advanced setup. So everything according to our business complexity and operations all in one place. Right from the field service settings page, you have access to guided setup. Over here, you have a bird's eye view of everything. Guided setup walks you through setting up visibility, processes, record types, layouts, literally everything, and assignment rules as well for Salesforce features. From start to finish, guided setup leads you through each setup with easy to follow directions and navigable links to setting pages. So this was all about the slides. Let me move on to the org and show you how it works. So whenever you are in an org to set up your FSL, what you're going to do is go to setup and in the quick find, type in field service and you will see something called field service settings under field service. Click on it and you will have to enable this check. because I've already installed the package, but it will be de-enabled. So all you got to do is enable this. Once you enable this, then you'll be able to install the field service package in your org. So the first step always would be enabling the field service. Now, once the package is installed, you will be able to see it in the install packages section. As my package is already installed, here the FSL package, right? Now, when the package is installed, if I go to the app launcher and type in field service, I would see the application over my application field service. It will take a second to load. So after you after the first step is done, enabling the field service, and then you install the package and check the package whether you have it or not. Once you have it, you will see the field service admin and the field service applications in the app launcher. That means your app has been installed. Then the next step would be going to the field service admin and to the field service settings and updating all the permission sets. Once you update all the permission sets, then you can give your users all, once you come to field service settings, go to permission sets, and here you will see a button as update permission settings. So you have to click on all of these and click on save. That means you are updating all the permissions sets up to the date. Once you do this, you can then go to your, as you can see, I have already updated, it says permission set is up to date. So you can go to your users and give your profiles or like the permissions you need as a dispatcher or as an agent or as the one your business needs. So after this, this is what I was talking about, the guided setup. It has everything that you would need. So just click on go to guided setup. It will first check all the permissions that are up to date or not. If it is not up to date, it will throw you an error. If it is if the permission sets are up to date, uh, these will take you to the next step. So you can see that this is the guided setup. Like all the things that are there in this org, because I have been working on this org. I have 7 civilian policies, I have 7 service objectives, I have 55 resources. Everything that you have in your org will be shown it to you in this console with the exact numbers. So what you can do is, if you are a starter, you can go to create service territories, and you can simply write a name, let's say London, and click on add. That means this territory has been now updated. Now what happens is, what is this? Now you can like service territories basically organize your workforce. It ensures that the workers are assigned to appointments near their home base. So that makes it easy for everyone to work on. Now, when you create a territory, you can also define its operating hours. Territory, in very simpler terms, is where the field service work needs to be performed. So this is the place where the field service work needs to be performed. I also had said about operating hours. You can set the operating hours as per your requirement. You will see all the calendars. Um, you can also create a new one. Let's say if any of these are not working for you, you can create a new operating hours, name it whatsoever you want to name it, and with the timings, with the time zone as well, and click on save. Once you click on save, you will see your operating hours here. You can give the territory address, and now this territory is simply been added. The next step is creating work types and skills. There are chances where your business performs the same tasks for multiple customers. Now, work types are the templates for work orders. Skills basically indicates that the like which skills are needed to complete the work. So you can again give the name of the work type and click on add. let's say I have this battery replacement. I can give the due date, I can give the estimated duration that the person needs to complete this, and the skill requirements as well. So this is where work type and skills helps us. The next step would be creating service resources. Now I have quite a few service resources. You'll be able to see all the service resources here. With what, like, you can also make them active or inactive. Now what happens is service resources are the ones, or are the users uh, who are basically assigned to the service appointments. um, these are the persons who are going to go and work to your field service place, or to your field service appointments. You can refer them as technicians or mobile workers or representatives. You can create a service resource record for each of your technicians, and then you can assign them to the skills by selecting one or more resources in resource name column, and then you can simply click on updating skills. That way the skills will be updated. Now let's say I have this user Alan Red. I can see the resource name as Alan Red, and I can see the user as the name as Alan Red. In the Gantt label, I can see he is an installer, and he is working on this territory, San Francisco, and he's also active and has also these licenses. You can also see the licenses. So this is how service resource plays a role, and this is how they are important. The next step would be creating dispatches and agents. Dispatches basically assign and manage service appointments, and they also optimize scheduling. Uh, they require special permissions to work in the dispatcher console. They would need the licenses, or else they will not be able to come to this place. Um, Agents, while, are the ones who are handling inbound cases and are creating work orders and book appointments. They require minimal permissions. They don't require permissions like dispatches. So over here, I can simply uh, name any user, and I can like, the lookup will appear, and I can simply click on add. That means this particular person will be added. So, and the next part is customization booking. So this is a feature which is in Chatter, and which helps you offer your customer appointments slots to choose from. Um, this is a part that will be covered by Stalin, and also the scheduling policies. These are the rules that guides the scheduler optimizer in its decision. So guided setup and all, basically, let's say you're quite new to FSL and you don't know where to start from. So guided setup, as the name suggests, is the place which will walk you through the setting up the core elements as in service territories, work types, service resources. It'll help you set up everything one by one, so that you can get started booking appointments. So this is how guided setup works. These are the first steps that you need to work on before creating an appointment or scheduling policies. So yeah, this is how you can do it one way, and the second way is simply going on to the tabs and click. Like, let's say if you know about FSL and you're not comfortable with the guided setup, you can simply go to the tabs as well and create the service territories or resources or operating hours or work orders by clicking on new and filling up the details and clicking on save. That way also your things will be created. So yeah, this was my part. Over to you for the further part.
Thank you, Khyati, for the brief. And so let me go ahead and share my screen. Can you all see my screen?
Alan, I can see.
Okay, all right. Okay, so everyone, first, thank you to Sir Ayan for inviting me here in this group, and thank you all the attendees, because spending some time on weekend is not really good, but you all are really looking for some session where you can get some knowledge. So thank you for joining us. So this is Stalin. So I work as chief architect of IBM India Salesforce practice. So I have been working on Salesforce from last 12 plus years. And right now I'm holding 19 certifications in Salesforce. So with that, we'll get into the topic where Khyati has left. Um, so I'll start with a story, like just to like understand all, like like how the field service or how the service cloud works. You all know how the service cloud works. So when we get into field service, you should know the purpose of it. Like for example, all of you are using Aquaguard, right? The Eureka Forbes provides Aquaguard in your home. Aquaguard is there. And suppose sometimes you get some issues, and then you call. There is a service center number. You call there, then you report the issue, then some technician get assigned to it. They come to your house and they fix it. And as you know, like this company provides different types of products in Aquaguard. So then different types of skills are required for a specific technician. Like for example, a classic is one device, then there is some advanced devices. Based on that, skills will also differ. So what happens is how the backend process is maintained. Like for a service-based company, they want, if any customer is facing some issue, it needs to be resolved as soon as possible. And from a customer perspective, you also want, if I am raising an issue, the person who is visiting, that person should carry all the right set of devices, as well as the person should be able to fix it at the first time. So then how Salesforce is bringing what kind of features which will make the life easy for customer as well as the service company, because if the technician is able to fix the issue for the first time, then also service company will also get profit from there. Like if a technician visits 5 times, then everything is getting impacted at the back end also. So here we'll see how one end-to-end process works. So first is as a customer, you call, then there is a service agent who receives the call, and they will try to find out like what is your customer ID, and then what is your problem, which kind of device you are using. These kind of basic details you'll be providing to them, and then they capture everything. And based on like suppose you the product is on warranty or is not warranty, that kind of check also they will do. So once that is done, they will schedule the work to some technician. So normally they check. You must have seen when you call, they check. Sir or ma'am, you are free tomorrow, this time to this time. They also look at the system if at the same time they have available technicians. So based on that, based on your agreement, based on technicians availability, the scheduling is done. So that is called as appointment. So once appointment is scheduled, then a technician gets a notification like, yes, this appointment is scheduled. This is the address of the customer. This is the device the customer is using. And then from there, they need to bring some products to fix it, right? So depending on the details of the issue that you have explained over the call. So then based on that, they will get which are the products. Like I need a drilling machine, I need the screws, I need a pipe. So those kind of details is called as products. So they will require those products to fix your issue. So they will bring the products and then they will travel to your location. They will reach, and then the actual work of the technician will start. So they have to execute. Like for example, there are some procedures they have to do. They have to check ABC, like this inlet is right or not, here water is coming or not. So some basic procedures they are trained. They will check that and then they will fix the problem. So once they fix the problem, like for example, you have everything is in warranty, so they still generate one service report for you and the cost is zero. In case you like your product is not in warranty, they will generate a service report. There will be some cost associated for the product you have used. So with that, the complete journey ends. So this is called as field service journey. So with that, I'll just quickly go ahead and showcase one demo to all of you, how it actually works in field service. So Khyati has explained the data model, how to set up all those things he has explained, but here we'll see the demo, how it works in the backend. So as you see, this is just a case I'm creating, and like let's say the scenario is a customer has called to the service center, and service center has captured this data. This is the account name, this is a contact name, and for this product, the issue is there, and then they will check what not working, and then I complete the case creation. So once the case is being created, then the agent will be asking like what time the person is available, so that the technician can go and fix it. And at the same time, the agent will also see what are the availability of the technicians in their system or in their service center. So they will see like the dates, times, everything will be showcasing here. And so for example, I'm taking fifth. Let's take this one. So I'll just go ahead and complete the scheduling. So this is being scheduled. So the next work, the agent uh, journey is done. Agent has scheduled, customer closes the call, and the work is like the appointment or work is being captured in the system. So next is the role of the work assigner. So this is the view. This is called a dispatch console. So this is a kind of 360 view of like what work is there. In left hand side, you see what are the works being there captured in the system. You can filter by dates, and then in right hand side you'll see the list of technicians you have. So as Khyati was explaining, what is a service territory? You can see the service territories like England, and then London. In England, London is there, Manchester is there. So based on each area, there is some technicians are assigned. So let's say example of Kolkata. In Kolkata, there are different districts, and there are different regions. So like when any work is coming up, the service center, like in each location, there is a service center. So depending on the location of the request, then they assign it to the right service center, right? So that like the technician will not have to travel a long distance, so which will again increase the cost of their service, right? So based on the type of selling each company do, they open up the service center according to the areas and all, so that they can minimize the cost of travel and they can make a faster service to the customer. So that is called as service territory. So here, if you see all based on each service territory, we have some specific technicians available. So in right hand side, you see the areas where you can see something in blue, like it means like the work is being assigned. And for these technicians that is being available, they can be assigned some work in this time. So here, a lot of features are there. You can see there is a map, and in map also you can see all the details like of the locations. And then if any customer has raised a case, you can see their locations are being tracked. And also before assigning, suppose a technician is at one end, another technician is at another end, like in east, or someone is at west, and then they need to assign a work, and they want to see where is the traffic today and how is the traffic, like if the person who is at east, can he reach the site earlier. So based on the traffic also, they can they can do the assignment. And then there are multiple features, like if suppose a technician calls and says, okay, I have some emergency, I want to go for leave, and like I won't be able to work for next 2 hours. They can bring, like they can add leaves here directly. It's like the person is not available from this time to this time. So these kind of features are here, and I will show how easy it is. Like you can just click on one, and you can just drag and drop to right hand side. Okay. Okay. So here we can, somehow it's my mouse problem, but here we can also do a kind of dispatch and schedule. Here you can see all the options are here. I can just go ahead and dispatch it. So it will dispatch to a specific technician. So what happens is when dispatch happens, then it reaches to a technician, and technician starts the work. But in the back end, how it works, like how a scheduling or dispatch happens. So there are scheduling policies for it. So what is a scheduling policies? So I will just open up one scheduling policy. So in scheduling policy, we have different parameters, and there are two related objects, which is one is called policy work rule, and one is called scheduling policy objectives. So you define, like for example, this policy name is customer first. So here you can define like here we want to give priority to the customer. Like if a customer is a gold customer or a platinum customer, and because in each and every service company there are different which kind of support we are providing, like if someone is getting some premium support, if someone is getting some basic support. And then also the next thing is, can we like match the territory, like someone is at east territory, someone is at west territory. So can a technician travel from east to west to fix that? So that kind of defining the rules and policies and objectives, we bring it up here. So depending on the service, uh, scheduling policy, the assignments are done in the backend. So this is the kind of rules we place in the backend. To like brief it, like another scenario I'll give, suppose there is an emergency policy you create. So there is some cyclone, and then in some cyclone, the suppose the electricity based company is there and they are providing some service. So in cyclone, all the poles are broken, wires are broken. So at the time a specific customer is raising some concern, that is not first priority. First priority is to bring all the poles fixed, all the wires fixed, so that current can or light can come in time. So but if any customer is raising, I have some issue my meter, that is less priority. At this time of emergency, priority is different. So all these policy scheduling policies drive that factor. Like depending on the situation, these policies can be applied for scheduling and dispatching the works to the technicians. Okay, so with that, I will just quickly go ahead and show like when this dispatch happens, then what happens? A technician, I don't have the option to showcase the phone, but I'll showcase one video here. So like this is the technician's view, and technician, you can see there is an app called Field Service. So every technician needs to install that, and they will get one user ID password from the admin. They will log in there, and once work is assigned to them, they get a notification, and this is a kind of view they see here. So for based on each date, they will see what are the work are being assigned, and you can see the map is loaded. If they want to like they don't it really don't have to use Google Map or something to travel to that location. They can get all the direction. Google Map actually is integrated here, so they will use this to navigate, and this is the work location. You can see and from which time to which time the work is there. They see it here. And like in the screen, the details of the work, like what is the problem, and you can see the tabs like what products are they consuming, going to consume in this work, and also like for which what is the contact number, contact name, all those details will be there in the screen. And this is one thing I wanted to just add. So in this field service mobile, um, we can extend it to add some visual flows. Like for example, a technician visiting to a site, and they want to capture some of the information. Like there is a generator, say. So in generator, what is the current input output? So when some electrician visits, they kind of do take all the readings. So suppose you want to bring on visual flows here, you can bring on that. You can add a visual flow here, and you can take that kind of capture like photos, readings, and then all those parameters will be captured in Salesforce. And the best thing about this field service mobile app is it works in offline mode. So offline mode is for suppose a technician is working in the basement. So in basement you don't have like connectivity is there, mobile connectivity is not there. So how like normally there is a lot of problem. Like earlier, the technician has to capture all those readings and everything in a paper, and when they are out of that site, they will log into the system and they will include that system. But here in field service mobile, the best feature is um, every every functionality, every data is being primed into that field service mobile app. So when I say primed is like it is being cached. So cached means like you have created a visual flow, you have created one validation rule, and all the rules, all the data are being primed into the mobile app. And if the technician does not have a mobile connectivity, everything works seamlessly. But only one thing which is not done is it the database sync won't happen until it is being connected to a online system. So when the phone goes online, automatically the data sync happens in the backend. It won't visible to the technician, but it goes to the database. So with that, I will stop, and we will get into the Q&A session. Hey, Tushar, you there?
Hi, Salin. Yeah, I'm there. So, thank you, Salin. Thank you, Khyati. I see we do have few questions. So, guys, the Q&A is open. In case you have any questions, you can post it there. I see one question from Yash Sharma. Salin, would you like to answer this?
Yeah, I'm just looking at those questions. Okay. Cache memory and GPS and network help in offline mode and mobile app. Yes. So, what it happens is like, for example, the settings that I was showing, everything is works seamlessly. The visuals and all, everything is there in offline mode. And you want to create any data, you want to complete the work. So everything works seamlessly. And then once you go online, automatically the data is being synced to Salesforce database. Yeah, so this is actually connected. Like first, like if it is online mode, this I can see Mohanis has asked one question. So in FSL app is directly connected to Salesforce. It's just same as Salesforce One app. So in Salesforce One app, you get the real time account, contact, everything. You would make any update, it goes to Salesforce, right? So FSL app is exactly similar thing. So they are directly connected to Salesforce only. And then if any update you are doing in online mode, directly it reflects in those cases work orders and service appointment. And but if you do it in offline mode, once the technician goes online, then automatically the data sync happens.
One more question from Linga Prakash. If we have any customization in mobile app and if we get some program executions, then how it will be handled if it failed to save the record?
Yeah. So first of all, you cannot do any customization inside the app the Salesforce that provided. So it is fully supported by them. We don't have any options to modify it. But you can add visual flows. Like for example, you want to add 10 screens where in one screen will capture the electric meter reading, and then is there any noise or some kind of questionnaires you want to capture, and those questionnaires you want to capture in a Salesforce record. That kind of things you can bring on, but the proprietary or native mobile app they are providing, FSL app, you cannot modify anything on that. Okay.
We have one more question by Avijit Das. When to use normal permission set and when to use license permission set, as there are two types of permission set for each other.
Okay, so here, Abhijit, what happens is you don't have to create any permission sets manually in for field service. Okay, so they by default provide those permission sets and licenses. So suppose like when you upload the users in your system, like these are the set of users who are technicians. These are set of users who are like agents, or these are set of users who are work assigners. So based on that, you provide the standard permission set that is provided by the Salesforce, not any custom permission set.
There is one more question from
Yeah,
Sehel.
yeah. So there is a trail mix, and good thing is this FSL package is free, and you get I think one dispatcher license and one technician licenses. You can try it out. You can test it. So Tushar, I will share maybe the materials with you. You can share the group who was registered. Okay. So okay, so I will go one by one. So, Ehsan, primary territory was service territory. So, let me explain. Like, for example, in Kolkata, there are two regions. I'm not very sure about the names, but suppose there are two districts in Kolkata. Okay, let's say so Kolkata and Odisha are nearby. So Kolkata is one service territory, Odisha is another service territory. So suppose in some scenario we want some technicians can travel from Kolkata to Odisha to fix the problem when there are technicians are not available in Odisha. So then in that case we define. Suppose I am one technician at Kolkata. My primary service territory is Kolkata, and my secondary service territory is Odisha. So, like, for example, at some scenario where we don't have any work in Kolkata, at the same time we have lot of things happening. There is a cyclone in Odisha, and then I can travel there and get that work done. The system will automatically understand. Like if data is a work is coming to the system, then the system will check. Is there any person who has a primary territory in Odisha is available? If not, it will check, is there any person who has secondary territory as Odisha available? Then system will find my name and assign the work to me. Okay. Okay, all right. So I think Subham, you might have joined late. So Khyati was explaining FSL. FSL is field service lightning. And what is use of FSL? So as I was explaining the journey, like suppose you have some you are using Aquaguard, right? So in Aquaguard, you bought it, and then you are getting some issue. Then you will need to raise a case. So then some person, the case gets assigned to some technician. Technician visits you and then get your work done. So that is the complete service journey, and that is completely managed by field service in Salesforce. In Salesforce, first you create work order. Work order is kind of work order and appointment is kind of service request, and then service request is being assigned to the technician. Technician visits and fixes it. So this complete journey is called as field service. Okay. So is there a standard way in FSO we can do it to send to the customer like Swiggy, Zomato from app perspective? So right now, see, this app is not installed by the client. Okay, so this app is installed by the technicians only. So technician only uses. So in Swiggy and Zomato, what happens? Every customer installs that app. So that's why they get the notification. But here it is bit different. Definitely, like there is one approach also, but it is not standard. But I can explain you. So field service, like if you have opened up an experience cloud site, like let's say it is community, I can say it also. And in community, you are asking for some appointment. I want to take an appointment for the work by myself. So I can do that also from community. And in community, like suppose we create one branded community mobile app. So in Salesforce also provides that. And we can open up this field service scheduling capability there. Like customer can schedule their own appointment by themselves. So in that place, they can get the notification, but there is no standard way at this moment. We can send emails to them, like which is a standard email alert, or else if any phone is integrated or like text messaging is integrated, then we can send text messages to them. But this field service mobile is specific to technician only. Okay, so how the record sharing for work order So right now, like it's a flat structure, like depending on the like your company or your client's requirement, then you can define it. You can make it private, public, the way you want it. Okay, but right now the base model they provide it is completely flat, and they provide it as a public only. And because normally we go by private, I just think like there are different service territories. There could be hundred or thousand of service territories. So if a agent or work assigner is assigning the work or getting the technician, they should not see everyone, right? So they should see the person related to their service territory. But if a small client, they have small business, they have just two, three technicians, and then only 50 to 60 works are coming over month. So then they will not, they will go with the public. Why to go for private? So it depends.
Thank you, Stalin. Thank you, Khyati. Thanks for the whole session. I believe it was very informative for everyone. I would request the group leaders and the speakers to put on their camera for a minute. Uh, Ayan and Khyati, we are waiting for you. Also, we would like from the participants, if anybody is in like is okay putting up the camera, we would love to have you.
Maybe Tushar, you gotta give them the access, so it's gonna be difficult for you.
Okay, okay, I got it. So, thank you, Salin. Thanks, Khyati, for the whole session, and thank you for joining in. Also, we have some swags to come in, and we'll be announcing it on our Twitter handle. So, Anant, I believe you have shared that.
Yes, Tushar. The Twitter handle is shared. Please do follow us. Please do follow the group and please share this event as much as possible. We will share the recordings as soon as possible on the YouTube.
Thank you, guys.
Okay,
Have a
thank
nice
you. Bye.
bye.
Thanks, everyone. Bye bye.